Welcome to the session, dear students. In today's class, we are studying chapter 1, that is relations and functions, one of the important chapter. So, once you are thorough with this chapter, the knowledge of this chapter like domain, range and functions will help you to understand inverse trigonometric functions. Let us start with the weightage of the chapter. In PU board exams, exactly the chapter weightage is 11 marks. What is the total weightage of this chapter? 11 marks. So, you will have one 1 mark question, one 2 marker, one 3 marker and one 5 marker. So, total weightage is 11 marks. For this chapter exactly 11 marks. One question in part A comes for 1 mark, one question in part B comes for 2 marks, one question comes for 3 marks in part C and in part D. So, part A, part B, part C, part D. Each section you will have one question, total 11 marks. Now, first we will start with what is a relation. In today's class, we will study what is a relation, then types of relations. So, I told you what is the weightage. What is the weightage? 11 marks, one 1 marker, one 2 marker, one 3 marker, one 5 marker. Now, I am going ahead with the topic called relations. So, in today's session, I will tell you what is a relation and also we will study types of relations with examples. First, when we talk about relation, always relation is a subset of Cartesian product. Relation is a subset of what? Cartesian product. Suppose if I take a relation on set A is a subset of A cross A. So, always I told you relation is a subset of Cartesian product. A relation on set A is a subset of what? A cross A, such that A comma B order relation R contains order pair AB such that first element should be related to second element. What is the relation? A relation R on set A is said to be a subset of A cross A and that is given by order pair AB such that first element in the order pair should be related to second element. Simple example will take a relation on set A. I took set A. What is set A? 1, 2, 3. A relation on this set A given by, they have defined R is equal to A comma B such that A less than B. The question is, they gave a relation. What is the relation? Order pair, where first element should be less than second element. And they want you to write the relation on this set. What is the set? AB. A. So, now I told you relation is subset of Cartesian product. First I will write Cartesian product of A, means I will find A cross A. What is A cross A? So, all of you know A cross A in first year you studied. So, A is what? 1, 2, 3. Again A is what? 1, 2, 3. So, I should find Cartesian product. Cartesian product means what? First element with first club them 1 1, then 1 2, then 1 3. Like that, if you club, you will get A cross A. A cross A is what? 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, then 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, then 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. Now, this is the Cartesian product. Now, I will write relation. What is the relation? It is order pair A less than B. Means from A cross B, pick that order pair where first element should be less than second. Now, my question to you, is 1 less than 1? No, 1 is equal to 1. 1, if 1 is less than, see, first element is less than second element, then it belongs to relation. 1 less than 2. If I take this, first element is less than second element. Yes, 1 is less than 2. It obeys. So, I will pick this and I will place it in what? Relation. What about 1 3? Yes, 1 is less than 3. So, it belongs to relation. What about 2 1? 2 is not less than 1. I cannot take it. 2 2. 2 is less than 2. I cannot less than 2. I cannot take it. What about 2 3? Yes, 2 is less than 3. I can select this. I will put it in relation. Then 3 1. 3 is not less than 1. 3 2. 3 is not less than 2. 3 3. 3 is not less than 3. So, your relation contains 1 2 1 3 2 3. So, now it is very clear R is a subset of what? A cross A. R is a subset of Cartesian product and R contains the order pair in which the first element should be related to what? Second element. So, now one more example I will take to make you understand better. For the same, if I take R order pair A comma B such that A greater than B. A greater than B means take that order pair where first element should be greater than second. Is 1 greater than 1? No. Is 1 greater than 2? No. Is 1 greater than 3? No. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes. So, my relation, new relation, this is 2 greater than 1, then 2 greater than 3, no. So now 3 greater than 1, yes, I can select this. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes, I can select this. So now I have R. So if R contains order pair where first element should be related to what? Second element. R is a subset of what? Cartesian product. All of you know what is a relation. What is a relation? A relation on set A is a subset of A cross A where R is equal to order pair AB such that A should be related to B. First element should be related to what? Second element. Then we will go to the next case, that is types of relations and number of relations. First we will discuss number of relations. Total number of relations from set A to set B. Number of relations from A to B is 2 power n of A into n of B. Suppose if I have set A, I have set A with 3 elements, 1, 5, 9. Set A is having how many elements? 3 elements. And I will take another set called B, 5, 1. So set B is having how many elements? 2 elements. So number of relations from A to B. Number of relations from A to B is 2 power n of A into n of B. 2 power number of elements in A into number of elements in B. In A how many elements? We have 3. In B how many elements? We will have 2. So 2 power 6. 2 power 6. 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16, 2s are 32, 2s are 64. 2 power 6 is 64. 64 relations are possible from A to B. So what is the number of relations from A to B? Number of relations from A to B is 2 power n of A into n of B. Then number of relations on single set. So number of relations on set A if they ask, then that is 2 power n of A into n of A. For example, find the number of relations on set A. Set A has how many elements? 3 elements. Number of elements relations on set A is 2 power n of A into n of A. The formula is what? 2 power number of elements in A into number of elements in A. So how many elements are there in A? 3 elements are there. So 2 power 3 into 3. So it is 2 power 9. What is 2 power 9? 512. So now I hope all of you are thorough with number of relations. Number of relations from A to B is what? 2 power n of A into n of B. Number of relations from on A is what? 2 power n of A into n of A. Now we will go to types of relations. So we are going to study 6 different types of relations. In today's class, we are learning 6 different types of relations. The first relation is reflexive, then symmetric, then transitive, then equivalence, then void, then universal. So reflexive, symmetric, transitive, equivalence, void and universal. 6 different relations we will study. So first we will start with what is a reflexive relation. So reflexive relation, a relation R on set A is said to be reflexive for all A belongs to given set. A comma A should be belongs to R. Very important. For all, how to read this symbol? For all A belongs to given set A, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. R is what? Reflexive. Meaning is simple. Meaning is simple. All the elements of the given set should be related to itself. If they give 3 elements in the set, all 3 elements should be related to itself. So we will read this as for all A belongs to A, if A comma A belongs to R, means if A comma A is in the relation, R is reflexive. So what is reflexive relation? A relation R is said to be reflexive if for all the elements of the set A, if you take for all A belongs to given set, if suppose A comma A is also in the relation, means order pair A comma A, for all A belongs to A, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. Please understand, for all means what? Every element should relate to itself, then we say reflexive. So a relation on set A is said to be reflexive for all A belongs to A comma A should be belongs to R, means what? Every element of the set should be related to itself. Any other chapters you should know the formula, but in this chapter you should know the definitions. Once you are thorough with the definition, you can do any number of problems. So repeat, what is the definition of reflexive? For all A belongs to given set, if A comma A belongs to relation, then R is reflexive. Means every element present in the set should reflect to itself. For example, I have taken an example. So set A. In set A, how many elements you have? 3 elements. What are they? 1, 2, 3. A relation R, they have given the relation. That relation we have 1, 1, then we have 2, 2, then we have 3, 3, then we have 1, 2. If you observe 1, 1 is there, 2, 2 is there, 3, 3 is there, means 1 is related to 1, 2 is related to 2, 3 is related to 3. Why? Because 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 are present in this relation. So, 3 elements are related to themselves. So, therefore, this set, this relation, whatever they give, R is reflexive. R is what? Reflexive. So, if you tell two lines enough, for all A belongs to given set capital A, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. So, this is important. What is reflexive relation definition? If you know, you can format, you can solve all. One thing is you should know the definition. Second thing is exact meaning of the definition you should know. Meaning of this definition is simple. If you have 5 elements in the set, all 5 elements should be related to itself. So, add 3 elements in the set. What are the 3 elements? A, 1, 2, 3. Every element should be related to itself. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So, these 3 are present. I am not bothered about other things. Other things may be present or not. If every element is related to itself, then this relation I can call it as reflexive. Suppose if I have set A has A, B, F. Now, your R should contain what? A, your BB and this FF. R should contain this. Other than this, it may contain anything or not, we are not bothered. What is reflexive? In 2 lines, if I want to tell, reflexive means for all A belongs to given set, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to A, if A comma A also belongs to the relation, then it is reflexive. Means every element in the set should reflect. So, now these 2 lines, if you are thorough enough for me. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to the given set, if A comma A belongs to R, R is reflexive. Then we have symmetric. What is meant by symmetric relation? A relation R on set A is said to be symmetric if AB belongs to R. If there is an order pair in R, then its reverse should be in the R. If AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R. What is a symmetric? If AB belongs to R, if this is present, then search for this. If A is related to B, then B should be related to A. If A is related to B, then B should be related to A. For example, we have parallel lines. Line L1 is parallel to line L2. L2 is also parallel to what? L1. So, is parallel to on set of lines in a plane is a symmetric relation. Symmetric means what? If A is related to B, then reverse is also possible. B should be related to A. If I take less than is not symmetric. So, suppose 2 is less than 3. Do you agree? But if I take reverse, 3 not less than 2. So, 2, 3 belongs to relation called is less than, but 3, 2 does not belong. Like that, some relations may be symmetric, some may not be symmetric. What is meant by symmetric? Simple. If suppose a pair is present in relation, means if A is related to B, then B should be related to A. Or otherwise, if AB is present in relation, that implies BA should be in relation. Means if A is related to B, then B should be related to A. Then I can call it a symmetric. If AB is present and BA is not present, then it is not symmetric. I told you, is less than, relation is less than is not symmetric. But is parallel to on set of lines in a plane is symmetric. If line AB is parallel to CD, then CD is also parallel to what? AB. Therefore, it is symmetric. Yeah. What is symmetric? If AB belongs to R, then BA should be belongs to R. If AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R. Then we say R is symmetric. So, by now we have covered 2 definitions. One is reflexive. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to A, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. What is symmetric? If AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R, then R is symmetric. Then we have transitive. The next relation is what? Transitive. What is transitive relation? A relation is said to be transitive if AB belongs to R, if you have order pair AB in R and BC belongs to R. AB is in R and BC is in R, then AC should be in R. Simple. If first element is related to second and second element is related to third, then first and third should be related. That is the logic. Here you can see A, B is in R and B, C is also in R. Then first and last means what? A and C. A and C also should be related. If AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. Then we say R is what? Transitive. If first one is related to second one, means if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R1. So second one is related, see we are starting with second one is related to third one, then A and C first and last should be related. If these two are true, then this should be true. If this is also present, if AB is in relation and AC is in relation and also AC is also in relation, then R is transitive. What is transitive? If first one is related to second and second is related to third, then first and third should be related. For example, if suppose X is related to Y and Y is related to Z, YZ also belongs to R, then X and Z should be related, first and last should be related, then I can say the relation is transitive. What is transitive? If AB belongs to relation R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. Or first one is related to second and second is related to third, then first and third should be related, then we can say it is transitive. For example, is less than. Say, and one simple example I took by taking 3 elements, 1, 2, 3 are set elements, 1 is related to 2 and 2 is related to 3. What is first and third? 1, 3 is also related. 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3 and 1, 3 is related. So, therefore, it is transitive. If you want to disprove transitive, you have to give an example. If you cannot disprove, then it is true. So, I will show different types of problems. So, I will not confuse you with giving more examples. First, let us learn definition, plain and simple definitions. I am repeating, once you are thorough with the definition, the whole chapter becomes easy. What is transitive? If AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. If 1 is related to 2 and 2 is related to 3, then 1 and 3 should be related, then we say transitive. Now, equivalence. A relation is said to be equivalence if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. When can I say a relation is equivalence? A relation is said to be equivalence if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. If a relation obeys reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call that relation as what? Equivalence relation. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಿವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೂರನ್ನು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದನ್ನು? ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿವ್, ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್. If a relation satisfies reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it is equivalence. Now, a relation R on set A is given by 1, 1, 2, 2, R is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Means what? It is reflexive. And 1, 2, 1 is related to 2 and 2 is related to 1. And 2 is related to 3, 3 is related to 2. So, this is symmetric. Transitive also. 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 1. And if I combine first and last, 1, 1, 1 is also present. So, whatever the relation I wrote here is equivalence because it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. We will learn so many different types of problems and we will have different types of examples also. Do not worry about the examples. Now, we will just conclude the definitions. What is reflexive relation? A relation R on set A is said to be reflexive for all A belongs to A. If A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. What is symmetric? If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A should belong to R, then R is symmetric. What is transitive? If A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C should belong to R, then R is transitive. If a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call it as what? Equivalence. Now, what I want you people is simple. In today's session, what I taught is basic definitions, 4 definitions I taught you. Sit and become thorough with these definitions. Once you are thorough with the definitions, then we can start with the problems. Now, 4 definitions I completed: reflexive, symmetric, transitive, equivalence. Now, the other two, we don't have more problems based on the other 2, but they are important. They'll ask example. The other one is void relation. So, what is void relation? Void relation, or we can also call it as empty relation. Void relation or empty relation. A relation R on set A is said to be void relation if R is equal to null set. R is empty set or psi. Psi means null set. Your relation on a set A is said to be void relation if R is equal to what? Null set. Say relation R on set A given by A plus B should be greater than 9. So, now I will write A cross A for this. What is A cross A? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, then 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So, I wrote A cross A. Now, I want R. R is what? Order pair AB such that A plus B should be more than 9. Pick that order pair where sum is greater than 9. What is 1 plus 1? 2. 2 is not greater than 9. 1 plus 2 is what? 3. 3 is not greater than 9. 3 plus 3 is what? 6. 6 is not greater than 9. So, when I want to select elements and write relation R, I am not getting any single element. R is what set? Empty set. Empty means what? Void. Empty relation andre no elements irbardu. Illi yavadu element barala. R is a null set or empty set. What is void relation? A relation R and set A is said to be void relation if R is a null set or empty set. Then universal relation. Universal relation means a relation R is said to be universal relation on set A if R is equal to A cross A. When you write relation, it should be equal to Cartesian product. For example, a relation on set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 given by A comma B such that A plus B should be less than 9. So, now A cross A is what? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, like that we will write till 3, 3. R means select that pair where sum should be less than 9. You select any pair, the sum is less than 9. 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is less than 9. 1 plus 1 is how much? 2, 2 is less than 9. So, select it. 1, 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is less than 9, select it. So, like that 3, 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, less than 9, select it. So, when I select, I will get R, all the values of A cross A. So, for me R I got which is equal to A cross A, that is why R we call it as universal relation. What is universal relation? A relation R on set A is said to be universal relation if R is equal to what? A cross A. Now, we concluded all the definitions. So, I am repeating. In today's class, I taught you definitions. Once you are thorough with the definitions, I can say you can do the problems better. What are the definitions? Reflexive, symmetric, transitive, equivalence, void, universal. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to A, if A comma A belongs to R, then R is reflexive. What is symmetric? If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A should belong to R. What is transitive? If A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C should belong to R. So, if a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it is equivalence. Now, I told every definition. Before I start my next session, all the definitions should be on your tongue tip. Once you are thorough with the definitions, then problems becomes easy. Let me summarize how to decide reflexive. If set contains 3 elements, all 3 elements should be related to itself. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸೆಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ABC ಇದ್ದರೆ AA, BB, CC ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್? ಇಫ್ a pair is in relation, its reverse should be in relation. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ A is related to B ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ B should be related to A. And what is transitive? If first one is related to second and second is related to third, then first and third should be related, then we say transitive. If a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it is transitive, then it is equivalence. So, in my next class, I am doing problems on relations. So, before I start problems and relation, what I expect from you is simple. You have to become thorough with the definitions. Once you are thorough with the definition, then I can go for type 1 and type 2 problems. So, what is the guidance for this class? So, in this class, I started with chapter 1, relations and functions. My guidance or my suggestion to all of you is simple. Become thorough with the definitions. If the definitions on your tongue tip, then the whole chapter becomes easy. So, in my next session, I am doing problems and relation. So, the preparation required for this chapter, you have to prepare or you have to learn the definitions and become thorough. Understand the definition and become thorough with the definitions. Then we'll start with the problems and relations. Thanks for attending the session. Thank you.